magnification in an aquatic ecosystem. So does everybody remember what an aquatic ecosystem is?
Yeah.
An ecosystem in the water, that's right. So, to set up this activity, each group needs 10 small cups. So these are the small cups. There are 2 beads in each small cup, so when you come and get them, be careful you don't knock the stack over because it's unstable. You need 5 of these medium cups. They're already in stacks of 5, so you just need to come up and get a stack. And you need 1 of these large cups, just 1 per group. You also, per group, need 1 piece of lined paper with everyone's names on it because we're going to be answering questions as we go along. So, can you get 1 person from each group to come up and get your supplies?
I know. Where has the...
She moved. What? I don't know where that is.
Sure enough.
What? Jenny. Hi. Do you?
Okay, so does everybody have their slides and their 1 sheet of paper? Are everyone's names on the sheet of paper? So while you are writing everybody's names on the piece of paper, we're going to move on. So we're going to introduce our ecosystem. The cups that you have in front of you represent a food chain. So the small cup represents algae. I know it's a little fluorescent on the screen there, but that word is algae. The medium cups represent a small fish. And the large cup represents a large fish like salmon.
Write your name.
So, the beads that are in the small cups represent the poison that we're talking about.
You're like, whose name?
So the beads are mercury. Because hopefully you've all heard that mercury is a pretty big contaminant in seafood. So if you eat too much seafood, there's a chance that you might get mercury toxicity because it builds up. So you have 2 beads in each of your small cups to represent 2 molecules of mercury. So since those small cups are algae, you have 2 molecules of mercury in each piece of algae that you have. Is everybody clear on what each of the cups represents? What is the small cup? I only heard 1 person. What's the small cup? Algae. What is the medium cup?
Small fish.
Small fish. And what is the large cup? Large fish. Salmon. Okay, so for step 1, we know that small fish eat algae, and we all know how it is with algae. You can't just eat 1. They're like potato chips. So each small fish needs to eat 2 algae. So to simulate this, I want you to pour 2 of your small cups into 1 of each of your medium cups. I want you to tell me how much mercury is now in each of your medium fish. So remember that each bead represents one molecule of mercury. Okay, does everybody have an answer for number 1 written on their sheet?
Are you eating it now? Or it's still on? Do you like eggs?
Are we ready to move on?
Yep.
Thumbs up if everybody's ready to move on. I have a thumbs down, not ready to move on.
Oh my god. Do you have it?
Okay, it looks like everybody's finishing up now. So let's move on to step 2. So we know that salmon can grow very, very large. And we know that they spend a lot of energy trying to swim upstream against the current. So since they're secondary consumers, they need to eat a lot. So if your large cup is your salmon, it needs to eat 5 of the smaller fish to get enough energy. So in order to simulate this, dump all 5 of your medium cups into your salmon cup.
Put my hand in here?
So, under number 2, I want you to tell me now how much mercury is in your salmon.
What? You said how many times what?
You can calculate it out or you can count the beans. Make sure you write it under number 2 on your sheet.
It's like a long thing. Drop it.
So I hear a lot of talking, so I assume that you all have an answer.
Yep.
So, Damien, how many molecules of mercury are in your salmon? 20, excellent. So we went from 2 in the algae to 20 molecules of mercury in our salmon, and we only went up 3 levels. So now we have some analysis questions. Number 3 on your sheet, I need you to compare the amount of mercury found in the algae to the amount of mercury found in the salmon. How many times more mercury is in the salmon than the algae? For number 4, if one human ate 1 salmon every day for a week, that's 7 days, how much mercury would they be taking in? And then I need you to make a trophic level pyramid out of these organisms, algae, the small fish, the salmon, and the human. And then I need you to discuss as a group why the contaminant became more concentrated as it moved up the trophic levels. I will be coming around and asking you to explain it to me, so make sure that every member of your group knows the answer to these questions. Does anybody have any questions before we start answering the analysis?